The mystery of Wikileaks' Cryptic Vault 7. Do you know what this means? Starting on February 4th, each day Wikileaks began sending out a series of cryptic questions, tweets teasing the world about quote-unquote Vault 7. The questions were framed in who, what, when, where, why, and how format, but not in that order. Each came with an image clue. Here they are in chronological order, starting with the earliest. The Seed Vault, February 4th. And then February 5th is the inside of something having to do with German stash of gold and treasures. February 6th, the testing of a Lockheed Martin engine. February 7th, having to do with infamous spies Bradley Manning, Julian Assange, and Edward Snowden. February 8th, having to do with a welder. February 9th, having to do with a woman at a mailbox mailing a letter. The first image, what, is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, also referred to as the Doomsday Seed Vault in Norway. The second image, where, reportedly shows a cave Nazis used to store gold and other valuables in during World War II. The third image, when, has been located, and it says, Langley Air Force Base, Virginia, airmen of the 1st Component Maintenance Squadron run a test on a Pratt & Whitney F-119 PW-100 engine at the test cell or hush house, April 9th. These inspections are critical in order to remove any objects that could damage the blades inside the engine. U.S. Air Force photo. The fourth image shows a whistleblower, Bradley Manning, Edward Snowden, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange on newspapers under the headline, Infamous Spies. The fifth image, Y, shows a welder and gives us yet another Air Force reference, keeping structures strong. The sixth and final image asks, how did Vault 7 make its way to WikiLeaks? And shows us a retro image of a woman in a beret mailing something in a mailbox. So what, where, when, who, why, and how did WikiLeaks acquire Vault 7? People have a lot of theories on what this series of tweets refers to. First, the tweet WikiLeaks sent immediately before its first Vault 7 tweet had to do with the FBI releasing Vault 6 of Hillary Clinton's emails. Others, however, think it might have something to do with 9/11 and Building 7, considering the references to gold vaults, welding, and drones. Maybe it's about both, considering Hillary Clinton was a New York senator at the time of the 9/11 attacks. Either way, thousands of people are waiting on pins and needles, wondering if WikiLeaks is going to deliver on its conspiracy theory scavenger hunt. With a build-up like that, it better be something good. We could use a little truth in this world right now. This is what Aaron Kessel of Anonymous article says concerning Vault 7. WikiLeaks releases a series of cryptic tweets. What is Vault 7? Where is Vault 7? When is Vault 7? Questions WikiLeaks tweeted along with 2 pictures of what seems like an underground facility, and 2 remaining questions, why and who is Vault 7, seem to have the internet going into a frenzy. What it means. WikiLeaks began tweeting a series of cryptic tweets, February 4th, as we said. Anonymous account named AnonScan gave their input, tweeting out even more cryptic material and a riddle with several videos, including a video that shows Julian Assange calling the U.S. government and warning the U.S. State Department of a massive unredacted cable leak that isn't from them. The video ends with "It's time," an echoed term that has previously been tweeted by Snowden as well. The group's riddle, quote, "The answer is there right in front of you if you know the alphabet Google is your friend, or maybe not," end quote, appears to suggest that Google may have blocked viewing these bases, as they have done for other U.S. military bases and facilities. The next tweet by AnonScan with hashtag bad moon rising is ominous and can be speculated upon, but we won't speculate and will simply allow you to ponder what that may mean. A quick Google of Vault 7 shows a seed bank for doomsday, as is depicted by the video, which the exact facility that Wikileaks tweeted out a picture of is Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway, Svalbard, which according to CBS and Science Daily, the vault serves as the Noah's Ark for plant life and is built to withstand an earthquake or even a nuclear strike. National Geographic has done a further in-depth review of the vault. If you're interested, you can view it. There's a link here on this article I leave for you by Anonymous. The operation is funded by the Global Crop Diversity Trust, which founded by the UN Food and Agricultural Organization and Biodiversity International, according to a UN document on global food crisis. The last question remaining for Wikileaks is, why? The conspiracy theory of DUMBs, deep underground military bases, and vaults is nothing new, having first publicly originated in the early 1990s when whistleblower Phil Schneider, a man who claimed to have constructed them, talked about the vast number of deep underground military bases, dumb bases across the US and even the globe. Schneider may have been murdered for it right after these series of talks. He was found with a catheter wrapped around, tied around his neck. His wife even claimed that it was clearly murder. In 1987, years before Schneider came out about the dumb, deep underground military bases, Deputy Director of Engineering and Construction for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Lloyd A. Dusha, gave a speech at a private engineering conference entitled Underground Facilities for Defense, Experience and Lessons. Dusha said, quote, "After World War II, political and economic factors changed the underground construction picture and caused a renewed interest to think underground. As a result of this interest, the Corps of Engineers became involved in the design and construction of some very complex and interesting military projects. Although the conference program indicated the topic would be underground facilities for defense, experience and lessons, I might deviate a little because several of the most interesting facilities that have been designed and constructed by the Corps are classified," end quote. Documents leaked years later depict these bases. Now Wikileaks may have a holy grail of data that finally puts this speculation to rest, giving the hard facts such as Snowden's leak of the international spying apparatus, the Five Eyes, the surveillance web that everyone is caught in. Regarding the National Security Agency found in 1952, its existence was hidden until the mid-1960s, with many denying the vast spying network existing until Snowden came along, despite previous leaks in cases like the FBI's Carnivore program and the PROMIS, PROMIS, Inslaw affair. Snowden subsequently leaked the Black Project budget. In 2013, $53 billion a year finally revealed that there was indeed a sector of black and gray operations programs within the U.S. government. In 1997, a U.S. Senate report described these programs as so sensitive that they are exempt from standard reporting requirements to the Congress. So Congress is not even reported on, have seen reports on this. There are documents. A top-secret memo on the subject was issued by Robert McNamara, November 7, 1963, from the Office of the Secretary of Defense. In this memo, McNamara discusses the topic of the National Underground Command Center that would be approximately 3,500 feet underground in Washington. The memo further mentioned elevator shafts below the State Department and White House that could descend to 3,500 feet with high-speed horizontal tunnel transport to the main facility. Photo of the United States Air Force tunnel boring machine at Little Skull Mountain, Nevada, USA, December 1982 shows the technology that could make this feat possible. The patent for the technology was filed in 1970s, U.S. Patent 3693713. There's additional government documentation on the machine. You can view the video from China describing the machine with several more pictures of some machines in other countries. Basically, it's the machines that bore tunnels for subways. We had one such thing. It's called the Metropontica, meaning the subway mouse, but it's a huge machine. There are many rumors of secret military tunnels in the United States and elsewhere around the world. If the rumors are true, machines such as the one shown here are used to make these tunnels. There's a whole world of secret special access programs, SAPs, that the public knows nothing about. Since 1996, the Pentagon has wasted or completely lost track of, as we know, $8.5 trillion on black budget projects. All of a sudden, just about everything becomes much more believable. Mainstream outlets, CBS and NBC, have even reported on these shelters' existence. NBC was given a chance to tour one with condition it would not reveal the location. Other elitists, such as Bill Gates and other rich billionaires, have personal bunkers and seed vaults, The Guardian reported in 2012. Forbes magazine also did a report on the bunkers of the elites. I'll leave a link below for you for this, concerning Vault 7 on Anonymous and the Daily Sheeple.